This whole era of Michael Jordan owning the Charlotte Hornets is going to be interesting for a number of reasons. First of all, in business alone, it's tough enough to just find competent people to hire. And then if you have that type of personality where it's just solely you want to mess with people you trust. And Michael Jordan is one of those type of owners. And there's other owners in the NBA that have a similar characteristic, aka James Dolan. He seems to be obsessed with loyalty and people that he could really trust. So that's why these guys always tend to hire guys that we're already friends with and they're cool with, which don't really result in good team building and blown draft picks. And it seems like this is something that Michael Jordan struggled with the whole time he was a Charlotte Hornets owner. I mean, they drafted Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but they quickly traded him for Miles Bridges. And then all those top 10 picks that they blown, the Cody Zellers, the Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Frank Kaminsky, I mean, Noah Vonleh. I mean, they blew a bunch of top 10 picks. I believe Kimball Walker was like the only real successful pick. And if you look at the last 12 seasons, they only made the playoffs 2 times, in which they lost in the first round. So Michael Jordan's ownership of the Charlotte Hornets has been a struggle for real. And Jordan, at the end of the day, he makes a lot of money in other business ventures, not necessarily the Hornets. The Hornets, I would not be surprised if they're completely operating at a loss. As one of the analysts, I believe for ESPN, he actually revealed, I believe he revealed this by accident, but he says a lot of NBA teams are losing money. And he revealed that the Detroit Pistons lost $56 million in 1 year. So I could imagine small market teams like the Charlotte Hornets and how much money they're losing. And if you ever watch League Pass and watch a Charlotte Hornets game, it looks like and feels like you're watching a high school basketball game as far as the production versus other teams. But it's interesting to see who Michael Jordan is selling the team to. I believe one of the guys is a hedge fund manager who was actually involved in that GameStop fiasco a few years back when they try to short the stock, I believe. But owning an NBA team for a majority of these owners, it's almost like having a sports car. But one of these days, we really got to talk about Michael Jordan as possibly being one of the worst owners for the NBA. Like, as far as success, he's one of the worst guys when it comes to that. And just owning a NBA franchise for a lot of these guys, it's almost like having a sports car. It's the, hey, look at me. Yeah, I own this, even though it's not as valuable. It's actually a depreciating asset. I'm not saying owning a sports team, you don't make any money. But when you compare to a lot of these owners, their other business ventures, it wouldn't really even make sense for these guys to spend majority of their time focusing on the NBA franchises. It wouldn't even make any sense. But Michael Jordan owning this team is interesting for the NBA because it's good branding. You know, you have a majority black team, and at least you have a black owner. You should have more, but you don't. But Michael Jordan being an owner of the team is really good because he's the reason why the sport even expanded and is as big as it is right now, even on a global scale. So it is great marketing, and especially the league, you know, it's really good for them, the fact that they helped them out to get a team. But as far as someone as competitive as Michael Jordan, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to spend a lot of his time dealing with the day-to-day of owning this team. And he just has other business ventures that are way more lucrative. And when you see some of these owners buy these NBA teams at an inflated prices, sometimes they don't really buy these teams for the monetary aspect of them. They kind of buy them to put their names out there so they could be more well known, which creates other business opportunities for them. So I believe these two guys, especially the one that was involved in that hedge fund situation, Gabe Plotkin, I believe he's looking for more clout, especially after that debacle with that hedge fund being shorted by all those people on Reddit. But we all shouldn't be surprised on MJ selling the team. At the end of the day, he is pretty competitive, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to spend a lot of his time on an asset that doesn't really make him the most money compared to the other things that he has going on.